40 talents. And you can keep the Western Ridge for whatever it is you love so much about it.
It's a beautiful view of the sunrise.
Well, you can't eat a sunrise.
Believe me, I know. What is your lineage?
We are here to talk price, not family history.
This is about my family. Your tribe.
Simeon?
These acres have been under the tribe of Reuben for 40 generations. I'm not about to surrender it to the little brother.
We can talk ancient birth order all you want, but it won't put a meal on your family's table.
55 talents.
45. We'll send a team of servants to help you move.
What is it that you want from this land? All rocks. Barely anything grows here.
That's right. But things that do grow, what happens to them?
All that grow?
Eventually.
They die.
We're here to cut tombs into these rocks. For the middle class.
All the way out here.
Only the wealthy can afford tombs close to the cities. And more of the middle class are dying, deep in tax debt.
Left with no money for a proper burial, these families are surrendering their beloveds to paupers' graves.
We're here to provide an affordable solution. Even if it's far away, it's better than a pit entwined with other disintegrating bones.
What's to stop me and my sons from carving the tombs?
Why haven't you? Do you have the tools? The expertise? Capital for hiring laborers and dozens of stonecutters?
$50 talents.
47. Final offer.
49. Suppose you find copper and lead when you dig.
I said 47. You can contact me tomorrow when you change your mind.
Wait. He has a point. The land could be worth more if there's something underneath, like he says. Copper or salt. He's not wrong.
Our business has a reputation of doing things the right way. I'd be willing to part with a few more talents on the off chance there is something valuable under all this rock.
This is all the promised land. No matter how it looks to you.
49. More than 10 years' wages, Husham. Let's draw up the covenants. What's wrong?
That word, covenant. I was thinking about the promise made to Abraham. And all the other promises.
And you can talk to your rabbi about that. For now, let us close the covenants and toast a fair deal for everyone.
You're going to wake the whole camp with your chopping.
Put the shirt on before the women get up.
Oh, they're already up. I heard them studying in their tents.
Why do the women feel so strongly about studying? Isn't it enough to just listen to our rabbi?
When would they do that?
He's never here.
You know, your obsession with exercise? It smacks of Hellenism.
I'm just trying to stay ready. What if the Romans change their mind and do what they did to your old rabbi?
Can you please not bring that up?
The mind and the spirit are more important than the body.
How can you have a healthy mind if you don't have a healthy body?
I'm talking about emphasizing one over the other.
Try eating a whole bush of poisonous berries and then tell me how your mind is doing.
What's with the chopping?
Oh, did we interfere with sleeping in?
Your sails are still full, I see. Sanctify us with his commandments and commandments.
Breakfast, boys. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe.
We have plenty of wood, guys.
The stack for the next travelers.
Tonight is going to be our last night here.
It is?
Yes, Rabbi told me last night.
He told everyone.
Where's Matthew?
He went away early this morning with Rabbi.
Why does he always take Matthew?
And since when did you start caring about Matthew's whereabouts?
Big Thunder just does the same thing.
You didn't ask about everyone else.
Did you sleep okay?
He was like this when I woke up.
Jesus sent little James, Thaddeus, and Nathaniel ahead to find a location for the sermon.
Why? Do we all know what we're supposed to do?
I don't know, Simon. Maybe listen.
Keep talking to me like that.
I know we'll need security on all 4 points of the compass.
We know how to execute that, Z.
The crowd is going to be bigger this time, the way the word is spreading.
What do we do with hecklers?
The odd Pharisee used to come to these things. They used to be all over John's sermons.
John would heckle them.
I just said used to.
Jesus can handle Pharisees.
We need to get this right, huh? No mistakes.
My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made. When I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my form, not
my unformed substance.
How do you have this memorized?
I've been memorizing the rest of that Song of David. I need more words, more tools. I can't let it happen again.
Mary, you've got to stop dwelling on...
Your eyes saw my unformed substance.
Saw my unformed substance. In your book were written every one of them. The days that were formed for me. My frame was not hiding.
You and Mary have been so good to me.
Of course. We're happy you're here.
Do we all have to learn to read?
No. Mary's father taught her long ago, and Rayma just wanted to learn. I think they felt left out. Maybe you being here will take the pressure off.
Well, I'm willing to learn if that's what it takes.
Shalom. I come bearing apricots.
Ah, it's a good day today.
Oh, no.
Shalom, Thomas. Ah, these are a delight.
Shalom.
Having mine under the tent.
Is Rayma coming out?
No, I don't think so. She's pretty intent on studying.
Oh.
And Mary is writing leaflet notices and invitations and sometimes crying.
She went through something bad. I think she just needs time.
And what about them?
In the most generous explanation, I'd call that love.
That does not look like love to me.
They all love our rabbi and want to follow him the right way. They just can't agree on what that right way is.
Thank you. I will take these to Rema and Mary.
Oh, and tell Rema Philip found apples, but I wanted to bring her apricots. Because I know they're her favorite.
I will pass that along.
It was perfection. You played your part so well. And my look of annoyance was the best I've ever given. Sophocles, Euripides, Aeschylus, they would kill for our acting skills.
Certainly was a kind of tragedy.
For him, for us, it was a triumph. And all tragedies have winners and losers.
He was the one who brought up potential minerals.
Yes! And then you acknowledged the possibility of salt and not giving anything away. I conceded the value, and we came off looking like good guys. We bought a salt mine for the price of a country plot.
Did you see his tears?
That's common. People have emotional ties to the land.
And then what? Do we grow calluses on our eyes?
Hey, lighten up. We just made the best sale of our lives.
He did make a tidy profit on land he didn't know would ever be valuable.
He'll never have to work another day in his life. You know, when I brought you on as my apprentice, they neglected to tell me that you did not have a sense of humor.
I do have a sense of humor.
You were about to become a very wealthy man. Once our miners find the salt, we're going to live like kings.
Kings of what? There's only one true king in heaven, and everyone else, even Caesar, is enjoying illusions of power and wealth. Sooner or later, we all become dust.
There's that sense of humor. Hey, I'm not oblivious, okay? I know that's right. But we have so few opportunities to get ahead in this world.
Opportunity? It was a calculated deception. And it didn't feel good.
We used what God gave us, and now we'll have greater choices. We'll live better lives. More devotion. Finish your drink.
Man was formed from earth, and eventually he returns to it. The time in between. There has to be more to life than that.
He's an orphan and a poet.
I told you not to call me that.
Hey, okay, I'm sorry. It's been a long week. Let's take some time off to rest.
What I need is a life I could be proud of. Don't you want to do something that will really matter? That will be remembered throughout history?
I appreciate your ambition, I really do. And I see potential in you. I see it every day. Here's an advance. Let's take weeks off. Rest, go for walks, do something new.
Really?
Why not? You're the one that said there's more to life than making money.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Finish your drink.
I think the knoll east of the Nahalka River looks promising. But it's a knoll. He won't be high enough for people to see and hear him.
Yes, and the trees to the south obstruct the view of the Sea of Galilee, which he specifically requested.
Why does he need a view of the sea? I think he wanted to be high enough up.
What about the hills north of Khorazim? Huh? There's plenty of height his voice would carry.
It's too steep of a climb. And the distance is too far for the people from Tiberias and Magdala.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to keep within a day's walk from those cities.
Maybe we're just looking too far north.
What did he request? Grove of juniper or gum trees on the backside where we could camp the night before?
Yeah.
It's like he already knows the place.
Yeah. Just have to find it.
No trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. Shalom, shalom. Hope we mean no harm, sister. We're here on friendly business. Behind where you are. Is that a good view of the Sea of Galilee?
Go away.
That's not very friendly. Excuse me. Are you the owner?
It's closed to visitors.
It's very important that we speak to him.
This is probably the spot.
What? Why? It's completely repellent.
Exactly.
That's it? That's your whole story?
Everything we know for certain established as fact by eyewitnesses in accordance with the law. I know we can't prove it's the same person, but the pattern's too striking to ignore.
It doesn't need to be the same person. That's what's wonderful. I will have Shimon dragged for this.
To be fair, it was the secretary who called the charges minutia, not Shimon himself.
Secretaries don't put words in the rabbi's mouth. It's the other way around. Minutia. My congregation and students will foam at the mouth when they hear this. Make a written record of your conversation with Shimon's secretary, every word, and file it with the clerk of the Special Counsel for False Prophecies at the archive. It must be signed and dated by a ranking Levite. Do you understand my instructions?
Yes, but why all the exactitude?
Because when this Jesus of Nazareth amasses enough followers and enough detractors, it will get Rome's attention. And then everyone will know.
Know what, Rabbi?
That Shimon was well aware of these offenses and dismissed them. His obsession with reforming God's immutable law will be exposed for the negligent, lazy, dangerous abomination it is.
Not just Shimon. We opened a case with the Sanhedrin, and Nicodemus dismissed it as immaterial.
Nicodemus. I've long suspected the lamps were going dim in that house, if you get my meaning.
Well, I don't know about that.
Spread the word. Tell every scribe, Pharisee, Sadducee, Esen, priest, teacher, and Levite you know.
Why, Rabbi?
First, the facts. Self-identifies using a divine title from the prophet Daniel.
Son of man.
Claims authority to forgive sins. Violates Shabbat on multiple occasions. And commands others to do so. Eats with tax collectors and sinners.
Degenerate.
Now, the speculation. Spit it out, I don't have all day.
One of John the Baptizer's students is among his followers, and there are rumors of a second.
Delicious. We'll never be pestered by that freak again.
In Capernaum, there were women of ill repute seen at table with him at the tax collector's house.
You're telling me women are among his followers?
You asked for speculation.
Keep going.
He consorts with Gentiles, specifically the Ethiopian woman who knew his name and his origin.
The last is very vague and small.
Nothing is small when it comes to fidelity to God's law.
The praetor of Capernaum ordered Jesus detained. When I spoke with his office, they made mention of the fourth philosophy.
The zealots?
It was just a passing comment.
He must be out of his mind.
That's all we have.
You must make these confirmed facts and inferences made known far and wide, but never mention that Shimon or Nicodemus dismissed the case. The gullible masses will defer to their supposed wisdom, but then, when we reveal dated documentation showing that Shimon had early warning and did nothing, the house of his wretched grandfather Hillel will fall, and the house of Shammai will rise.
Rabbi Shammai, respectfully, we didn't come here today seeking to influence which schools of thought. We came looking for someone who would care that a false prophet is deceiving our people.
If that was your intent, you have succeeded. Everything you've shared with me will make an appearance at my next Shabbat sermon.
Matthew, look.
Mary finished the notices. They're leaving to spread the word.
I hope they can find a way to work together.
What do you mean?
They can't seem to agree on a single thing lately. Myself included sometimes.
Oh, I've noticed. In some ways, it's to be expected.
But not desired, surely.
No. But it's what's bound to happen when you start something that's open to all, truly, all people. Zealots, even tax collectors. People who have been through tough times. People both hesitant and skeptical, as well as bold and confident. People hungry to learn, as well as those learned and knowledgeable. Let's get back to work. How many sections are we up to?
19.
He's a little incomplete, huh?
There is something about 20 that is more symmetrical. You could always shorten it to 18.
Brevity is usually preferred. Which section stands out to you the most?
Do not be anxious about your life, of course.
Are there any sections that concern you? Give me your honest opinion. I know I don't have to say that, but...
The whole truth.
You know I won't be offended.
It's, well, very striking. But if I do the math in terms of good news and bad, it seems like there's not a lot of good news. Anyone who looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery. Doesn't that make everyone an adulterer? If your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out. Wouldn't that lead to an entire population of people walking around with only one eye? Oh, and this one. If anyone were to sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. Trees that bear bad fruit being cut down and thrown into the fire. The gate is narrow and hard that leads to life. Depart from me, I never knew you. Do you realize how heavily laden your sermon is with these kinds of ominous pronouncements? I haven't even named half of them.
It's a manifesto, Matthew. I'm not here to be sentimental and soothing. I'm here to start a revolution.
Well, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. That isn't exactly...
I said revolution, not revolt. I'm talking about a radical shift. Did you think I was just going to come here and say, hey, everyone, just keep doing what you've been doing for the last 1,000 years since it's been going so great?
Also, there's the beginning and the end.
What about the beginning?
My concern about the beginning is more logistical. Right now, your opening line is, you are the salt of the earth. I'm worried, particularly if it is windy, or if the crowd is larger than we expect, that people near the back will hear, salt the earth, and it will immediately call to mind a negative connotation.
The Punic Wars?
Yes. When Rome destroyed Carthage, they sowed the city with salt to make it barren, and to curse anyone who would rebuild upon it.
I share your concern about the opening line, but for different reasons. I think the sermon needs some sort of introduction, an invitation into what, as you have rightly pointed out, will be a complex and at times challenging set of teachings.
What does "you are the salt of the earth" even mean? I'm not good at metaphor.
Salt preserves meat from corruption. It slows its decay. I want my followers to be a people who hold back the evil of the world. Salt also enhances the flavor of things. I want my followers to renew the world and be part of its redemption. Salt can also be mixed with honey and rubbed on the skin for maladies. I want my people to participate in the healing of the world, not its destruction.
Then why not just say that?
Come on, Matthew. Allow me a little poetry, huh? Not everyone is like you. Some people like a little flavor. Read the songs of David or Solomon. I'm not going nearly as far with metaphor as Solomon.
I'm reading him next.
Well, good luck. He's probably... Yeah. I told you. These things will make sense to some, but not to others. I don't want passive followers. Those who are truly committed will peer deeply into it, looking for truth. But I do agree with you. We shouldn't begin with salt. You make a valid point. Good work.
You could flip it with the next image. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden.
I could.
Or, whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. That one's inviting. Master, may I ask why you keep coming down to look at the camp? They've all gone, haven't they?
They have. I'm going to need time.
We have measures in place for crowd control.
And we can set aside some of our men to assist your goat herds and shepherds, keeping the animals corralled on the other side of the mountain.
My goat herd told me about your plans. But I don't like preachers. I don't care for crowds.
You're not even offering to pay for the use of my space.
We have no significant money to offer.
We may be able to secure a loan.
Hey, we have some people in our group who are skilled at negotiation. Why didn't you bring them?
Do you know of any neighboring pastures similar to yours? Someone we could talk to.
Look, I only came here because she said you'd pay for my drink if I heard you out, and I have.
What about product association?
What?
If this man is as important as they say, and the sermon is as significant as they are predicting...
I just don't care about any vagabond teacher.
This is the man who's healed many, yes? The one we've heard about.
Yes. Think of all the pilgrims that see him as more than a teacher. How many did you say? Hundreds? Perhaps thousands?
Multitudes.
Thousands of people having life-changing experiences on your land. They could see miracles.
What happens when those pilgrims go to market for supplies? I mean, all those travelers, well, they associate your products with the feelings they have on the day. Coming from all over. Your products.
Your milk, your cheese, your wool, huh?
Your name will be the only name they can trust.
Multitudes. Fine. But if I find one piece of trash left behind, I'll sue for damages.
You have our word. We'll leave it better than we found it.
Good.
I can't believe it.
Did we just get the land? I think we just got the land.
We got it.
How can we ever think?
See, boy, I have not led you to ruin. Life is a negotiation.
You're right. You're right.
Opportunities are everywhere, staring us in the face. And the only difference between us and most people is that we have the tools to take advantage.
Yeah, I'm learning.
And I'm telling you, I don't want to be in business forever. I just want to make enough money to make my own choices. I'm like you. I believe there is more to life than deals and titles. You know what would be really interesting?
What's that?
See this preacher in person. I've been hearing about him.
I'm really glad to hear you say that. I want to see him too.
It's settled.
Have we been advertising something that might not happen? What if he never comes back?
Go to sleep and he's not here. We wake up and he's not here.
Correction. When you wake up, he's not here. I've seen him live with Matthew every morning for the past week.
I think he's just trying to get it right.
Can he get anything wrong?
I mean, for the people.
What if we've all been misled?
How can you say that? You saw what happened at Cana.
Everyone, calm down.
I'm sorry, I'm just nervous.
We're all tired from a long day. We need to rest for tomorrow and go meet the others at the mountain early to help set up.
What if no one shows up?
What if everyone shows up?
Either way, Simon is right. We should rest.
You think I'm going to get a wink of sleep? I just want to make sure I've done everything I can for him.
You always do.
He'll sleep well now.
Matthew. Matthew.
Bye-bye.
I've got it.
The opening?
Yes.
What is it?
A map.
The what?
Directions. Where people should look to find me.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm ready. Rabbi?
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven.
Yes. But how is it a map?
If someone wants to find me, those are the groups they should look for.
And then?
You are the salt of the earth.
Jesus!
Yes.
Please come. We'd like to show you something.
I'm preparing, Ima.
Fine. We'll come to you.
This material.
This is no good.
What? Why not?
You'll blend into the rocks.
To the people in the back, you'll be a disembodied voice coming from a slate quarry.
You need a pop of color.
You know, I know what the prophecy says about my appearance. Is this your attempt to change it?
Blue. The symbol of peace, like water in the sky.
Red, a symbol of passion, blood, sacrifice, love.
Oh.
Purple, the royalty, kingship. Gold, warmth, wisdom, light, the sun. Well?
Well, we have no glass or no still waters to peer into for reflection. And even if we did, I can't tell you how little I care about how I look. Ima.
Blue, the symbol of peace, our Prince of Peace.
Rema.
Purple. Because of the night I first met you. Grapes. Wine.
Mary.
Purple also. Royalty.
Tamar.
Blue. It's a calming color. Softens your hard edges.
I have hard edges.
You've been known to say hard things.
Just wait.
Thomas says we're up to 3,000. People are showing up. It will be 4,000 by the time we start. In no time.
Should we even tell him?
I don't want him to be surprised when he comes around to his place.
Was he capable of surprise or being thrown off?
This is not good. If more people show up, or if one more thing goes wrong, this could be a disaster.
Am I allowed?
Later. Where's Dasha?
She's with Zebedee and some others. They secured a place at the front.
Eden,
Yes?
get over here. I need a tiebreaker. This is Simon's wife, Eden.
Shalom.
This is even bigger than I thought.
Oh, I had a feeling.
You had a feeling.
I want to see him. I want to find a place we can hear him.
I'll come and find you. I won't be long. See if we can find one of his followers, one of the men we met. Let them know we can help them. They clearly need it. They look like they're with him. Excuse me, son. May I have a very brief word?
This is amazing. Oh, excuse me. Do you know where I should stand to hear him?
To hear the teacher from Nazareth.
Nazareth?
He performs miracles.
They are saying he could be the one.
We're not going to miss a word. You could do a lot worse than to follow us.
It's kind, thank you.
You know, today is one of those days when it's definitely better to be blind and not deaf.
I'm sorry. If we're moving to hear the teacher, why are you turning off the path the others follow?
We're just going to say hello to some old friends before the show.
Not a show, Barnaby.
It was a show at Zebedee's house.
This is the line. Step back 5 cubits, everyone. Stay back and push no further. Everyone, you're too close. Stay back. 5 cubits back, everyone, please.
And what if we don't? You think we'd stay home for this?
Ima!
You look skinny.
Yeah, I'm not.
Are you eating?
No, I am eating.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine.
Where's James?
He's on the other side. I actually have to go there now.
Okay, go.
Okay. And no heckling, you two.
No promises.
Zebedee.
What are you thinking about?
Your father. We never got to see any of this.
My father? Which one?
I don't know what I mean.
I do miss him. But I'm glad you're here.
I am proud of you.
Maybe wait to say that until after I'm done. In case I mess up in front of such a big crowd.
Whatever you say will be beautiful.
It is pretty good, actually.
Master, it's time.
It's time.
If not now.
When?
We heard some guy was gonna tell jokes on a hillside or something?
They're not jokes. Pardon me. You made it. You made it. Good to see you.
Yeah.
You made it. Wait. It's you. You're the man from the public house.
I just follow them. Don't actually know what I'm doing here.
Come on over.
Well, we just wanted to say shalom. We'll go find a good spot.
Please, stick around. Hey, Simon! This is the man who got us the mount and the pasture. Convinced the landowner it was worth his while.
Ah, good work. I'm Simon.
Judas.
Welcome, Judas. I'm sure you're gonna love this sermon.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Shall we?
Throw me like a stone in the water, watch the mud rise up.
Well, what'd you guys think? I love that part where he and his mom bumped heads and went back to when he was a kid. Remember, if not now, when? Here's the time. So many different people that were there and involved. I love the way they show the possible vulnerability, what that was like. And that was pretty sneaky with introducing Judas, wasn't it? Yeah, learning how to make a deal, and then coming into Jesus. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how they said that. It was like, oh, they're just trying to follow Jesus or something. Okay, by beating each other up, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, the picture on their face, each one of their faces is like when you first come to know the Lord. They were ready to do anything for him. And in a way, they thought, I guess, okay, we've done our part. It's just begun, really, you know, for each one of them. Big cycle on their face. To me, it reminded me of when you first accept the Lord, you're ready to fight the world, you know, take on the world.
I love the part too where you had the ladies, you know, and they had the different fabric that Jesus could wear to kind of liven him up a little bit to go out there and speak. And, you know, I was thinking about Isaiah 53, you know, where it said he had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. You know, he wasn't trying to get attention the way we try to get attention, but yet he loved those ladies. And he didn't want to just say, you know, that's really not why I'm here. And he cared about them, so he listened. So that was pretty powerful, I thought. And another thing that struck me too is the Sermon on the Mount, of course, is in the Gospel of Matthew. And so it showed Matthew and Jesus, and Matthew's taking these notes. And, I mean, we don't know exactly how all that transpired, but certainly it's a possibility. Jesus is preparing his message, and Matthew's taking some notes. That's a kind of interesting thought on what they did. Interesting thought, anyway. Yeah, what they did. you know, it is true. You look at that, and I mean, the rules are very important, but the rules are there for a reason, for the relationships. And Jesus is all about that. I love that in this too, because that's how Jesus is portrayed. He's about the people. Yeah. Yeah. And he said, you know, I've come to start a revolution. Yeah, Matthew's one of those guys that was always, nobody liked Matthew, except the dog. He had a dog. But Jesus saw through that. So that's... Yeah. Yeah. It's real easy for us to kind of get caught up in, I guess, emotions and you know, I don't want to go so far as to say there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's God's made us with emotions and all of that. We just have to be careful that we don't lose sight of Him with all the other, because it does happen to all of us. So, very good. Anything else? Let's pray. God, we are grateful for the chosen and how we have learned of you and the disciples. And Father, I think it's refreshing, Father, just to be reminded that they were people, not that different from us. They followed you and loved you, but they certainly had their problems and were weak at times. So are we. So, Father, may we just seek to be close to you as you draw us nearer. And we thank you, Father, for being faithful, and you are good. And so, Lord, may we just walk in your goodness. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.